2004, Florida was hit by 4 major hurricanes in 6 weeks. When that happened, distinguished Toastmaster Carson Shaffer was living in the country. And he learned that the rural life is very different from the suburbs when the power goes out. Here with his tale of living in the 1800s, please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Carson Shaffer with his speech, "Yes, the pool is the same as the shower."
Thanks, man. We all laid there last night listening to that wind. I took the dogs out for a walk and said, yeah, I remember. 2004, who was living here? 4 hurricanes in 6 weeks. We evacuated my 85-year-old mother from the Keys because we thought Charlie was going to go to the Keys. So we got Mom up to our house, and you know what happened with Charlie. So I had my 85-year-old mother, my wife, and my 4-year-old daughter, my 3-year-old son. So we stayed at home, and it got worse, and it got worse, and it got worse. Finally, the winds were hitting 80 miles an hour steady, and I was worried about our house. So I said, pack it up, going to our neighbors. They live in a bunker. So we went to our neighbor's house, McKinney's. It was quite a trip. They're a quarter mile away through the woods. Wild trip. Finally, we got there, got everybody inside. And my wife looked at me and goes, what about the dogs? I said, they're fine. They'll be under the house. And she said, no, you have to get the dogs. So I drove back to McKinney, to our house in this. On the way back, I was driving an Elantra, and the water, no kidding, was coming up over top of the hood, splashing up the windshield. And I figured I was going to end up on Fail Army with the cars fitting. But we made it. I remember the view from the alcove. We were standing there watching. McKinney's had a 20-foot long alcove, and saw a fully grown oak tree, big, going by at 125 miles an hour. So the next morning, we couldn't get to our house because trees were down everywhere. So we walked, and electricity's out. That meant we had no water because we have a well. It took 3 days to chainsaw our way out, because you had to chainsaw the trees and then haul them off and then go to the next tree. 3 days to be able to get out to the main road. So what did we do when we had civilization? We did what anybody do. We went to IHOP. And it was crowded, and they said, oh, we're so sorry, it's a 45-minute wait. Can you wait in our lobby? And we said, where the air conditioning is on? I have never spent 45 better minutes waiting for anything in my life. I wanted to sit there all day. We got home. We still had Grandma, my wife, my daughter, and my son. And they said, we want to take a shower. I said, we have a pool. A pool is the same as a shower. And then they wanted to have a vote. And the boys lost to the women 3-2 because we voted along gender lines. So I had this little job site generator that I had had forever, and it kept the refrigerator running and fans. And it lasted 4 hours, and it ran out of gas. And my daughter would wake up and go, Daddy, the fan turned off. And I'd get up in the middle of the night and fuel the generator and start it back up. And Callie said, how come you do this, Daddy? And I said, because one day I want you to remember that my dad got up every 4 hours to fuel a generator, because you're going to need to remember I did this. That's why I'm doing it. So I was to keep them running in Titusville, getting my 2nd or 3rd carburetor rebuild kit, because that little generator needed the carburetor rebuilt almost every day. And the truck comes in with these huge generators in boxes. And I looked at it and I said, oh, what's the run time? And the guy goes, it's 10 kilowatts. And I said, I don't care. What's the run time? And he goes, 12 hours. Sold. Fueled it at 9 in the morning and 9 at night. Never thought about it again. Put the little generator on the well. Well, that meant we had constant running water and a lot of electricity in the house. So we got 3 window unit air conditioners for all the bedrooms, so everybody could sleep in the AC. But I didn't realize how horrible a parent I was and how much I was torturing my children, because I thought that they were sitting in the living room playing a widescreen, big screen TV, playing video games and that they had it made. And they said, but Dad, it's hot. So my wife said, can't you get another air conditioner for them so they can play video games and be cool? So 4, window unit ACs. $100 in gas every 2 days. Had to change the oil in both generators every other day. But it worked. We had air conditioning everywhere. We took hot and cold showers. Now, to turn on the water heater, you had to turn off a lot of other breakers, but I grew up on a boat, and so did my mom. Well, she was my mom when we had the boat. So we were used to turning off breakers. If you want this on, you got to turn this off. So it made sense. So we had hot and cold running water, air conditioning, refrigerator worked. If you shut off a couple of things, you could run the microwave. All the cooking was done on the grill. Who could ask for anything more? Every other day was $100 in gasoline. So it was $50 a day, but we lived like civilized people. That's how I realized how the people in the 1800s did it. They had generators and air conditioners. And they could live like this. We went like this for 39 days. Whenever anybody goes, oh, we lost power for 5 days, I go, oh. 39 days. At the beginning, the fans ran 4 hours. At the end, we didn't even notice. Watching the news one night, it came on the news and said, we're happy to report that 100% of Orange County has power restored. And I'm listening to it on the generator. So I called up the TV station to tell them how much I cared and how much I enjoyed their programming and said, what are you reporting this for? And they said, oh, well, when it's 98%, we call it 100% for public relations. Not how to build rapport. So it was 3 families on 3 miles worth of electric line that had to be replaced. We were literally the last people in Orange County to get our power restored. But on day 39, they ran 3 miles of wire, turned the electricity on, and nothing changed. We just had air conditioning again, and we could cook on the stove instead of the grill. It was kind of like, well, I'm saving $50 a day, but at least we're living like human beings. 4 days went by and Gene hit and the power went out again. But at least the generators were already in place. Fellow Toastmasters. Thanks, man.